It's the news for Thursday, August 30th, 2018. I'm Deandrea Hamilton. This is the news that matters most, a Magnetic Media production. Let's get started. Thank you for joining us on the news that matters most, your essential headlines in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Right now, we go to our local weather report. We see convective activity is happening, giving us some squally showers, intermittent showers, but we've got the official word from the Bahamas Department of Meteorology. Boaters should remain vigilant due to the possibility of waterspout activity, and beachgoers should exercise caution due to rough surf and the risk of rip currents along East Coast beaches. The general situation, an upper-level trough coupled with a moist and unstable air mass, continues to enhance convective activity across the islands. Advisory, small craft caution remains in effect for the southeast Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands. Winds easterly at 15 to 20 knots over open waters, seas 4 to 6 feet over the ocean. Weather, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms through tonight. Extended forecast, the upper level trough will meander across the Bahamas and the TCI over the next few days, while a tropical wave approaches the Turks and Caicos and the Bahamas, maintaining unstable conditions. Later, the tropical weather outlook. And we have something to watch out there in the tropics a little later on. We have our consumer report, of course, and our tropical weather outlook. Right now, we go to our top story, which takes us into the capital of the country, Grand Turk. The PDM administration faced a frustrated group of about 50 residents on Tuesday night who detailed how long they have been put off by broken or waylaid promises when all islanders want is a return to the luster of a bygone era for Grand Turk. Cited were the perimeter fencing at the airport as low-grade construction with flimsy materials and falling down, and a welcome mat of trash, which is far too often the case for the bustling cruise port. One comment was that the Jags McCartney International Airport continues to look hurricane hit, and the areas of Cockburn Town and Palm Grove, which were essentially described as dilapidated and littered with trash. There was a call for sidewalks to be established in the two follies to end the unsafe and inconvenience caused by school students who are forced to walk in the streets instead of on the roadsides. The Premier, during her administration's quarterly public meeting on Tuesday, read a report received on Monday from the Airports Authority, which called the fencing surrounding the airport adequate. The matter of the fence at the airport became an issue when donkeys were able to breach the fencing and made the airport runway a hangout. The Premier explained that her administration has agreed to a list of projects with Carnival Cruise Lines in keeping with the Grand Turk Master Plan, but it was less clear when those projects would begin, as an MOU, or Memorandum of Understanding, continues to be unsigned between these partners. Residents of Grand Turk were also informed that the rusty wreck Mega One Triton will be removed from the Governor's Beach and that the South Base buildings will be demolished in September. The next stop for the quarterly public meetings is South Caicos this Friday evening at 6:30 p.m. at the new community center there. Another trio of armed robberies is keeping the TCI police busy and vexing the general public, and points to a trend of carjackings now. It had appeared that these scandalous and scary gun crimes were a thing of the past, but it is another summer and another surge in armed offenses. On Tuesday night, 4 men were offered a ride, says the police report. Those men did take the ride, and they robbed the driver, likely a jitney operator, of his wallet, which contained identification cards, and they took his green Nissan car. The incident happened at the corner of Bible Street in Blue Hills. The armed men also got away with a black iPhone 7 and cash. This incident was reported to Central Police Station from around 8:45 p.m. on Tuesday. Police say the next robbery was around 9 p.m. and involved 3 gunmen who carjacked a woman in 5 keys. Stolen from the lady was a black Honda vehicle, cellular phone, and other personal items. The car has since been recovered near a bank on Leeward Highway, damaged, said the report, and the woman is unhurt physically. About a half hour later, the same night, the third incident was reported and again involved 3 masked armed men who robbed the Spend Less supermarket on Cooper Jack Bay Road. The men seemed to have used that black Honda stolen in 5 Keys for the crime, as it was said they made good their escape with cash from the store in a black vehicle. If you have information on this or any other crime, police are asking you to report it. Use Crime Stoppers at 1-800-8477. That's 1-800-TIPS. And remember, it is really important that if you see something, you say something. This is the news that matters most. Your essential headlines in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Still to come, your consumer report and what's on deck. That's where we tell you what's happening in the Turks and Caicos Islands.
We are embracing technology and innovation to find solutions for TCI's energy sector in order to serve this nation with the level of excellence they expect. That is why Fortis TCI is leading the green energy revolution.
At Outback Turks and Caicos, there are no rules, and that's just right. We are the tasty and affordable choice for both indoor and outdoor dining. Watching the big games on the big screens, or just having a few with friends at the bar. Our friendly staff at Outback love to make your family dinners, hangouts, and birthday celebrations a blooming good time. Dine in, take out, or have us bring Outback to your event with just a call. At Outback, there are no rules, and that's just right. Regent Village East, Grace Bay.
We are indeed watching the tropics right here on the news that matters most, your essential information for the Turks and Caicos Islands. We go to a report now from the National Hurricane Center. Just like that, not one, but 2 systems under watch in the tropical Atlantic, and one of them will impact the Turks and Caicos and the Bahamas and Haiti and the Dominican Republic and Florida. Maybe not directly, but there is expected to be enhanced rainfall no matter how this newest tropical wave develops. This system showed up in the 2 p.m. update from the National Hurricane Center as having cloudiness and thunderstorms extending from Hispaniola northeastward across the northeastern Caribbean Sea. Strong upper-level winds are expected to prevent any development while this system is in our area, but in the Gulf of Mexico, that could change. Disorganized showers and thunderstorms moving off the coast of Senegal are associated with a strong tropical wave and broad area of low pressure. A more well-defined low-pressure system is forecast to form between Senegal and the Cabo Verde Islands later today after the tropical wave moves offshore over the far eastern Atlantic Ocean, and the low is likely to become a tropical depression by the weekend while moving westward or west-northwestward at about 15 miles per hour. This system is expected to bring heavy rains and gusty winds to the Cabo Verde Islands on Friday and Saturday, and interest on the island should monitor the progress of the disturbance. Formation chance through 48 hours, medium at 60%. Formation chance through 5 days is high at 80%. Remember, our news airs Mondays through Saturdays, and so you will get the very latest on what's happening with that low-pressure system rolling off of the coast of Africa. This is the news that matters most, a Magnetic Media production. Still to come, our consumer report. Right now, we show you what's happening on Turquoise Morning.
When most people think about insurance, they think about the basics. At J.S. Johnson, we offer an extensive line of premium insurance products that fit all your needs with easy payment plans and multi-policy discounts, offering hurricane and related risks on motor, home, and commercial policies. Our friendly and knowledgeable insurance professionals are here to serve you. Peace of mind, it's more than our slogan, it's your guarantee. Call the insurance experts today, 946-4761. J.S. Johnson, insurance agents and brokers, giving you peace of mind.
At CareSea, there are 4 things done really well. In truth, the best and with the most experience. Island Services provides customs brokerage, freight handling, and delivery services in Providenciales and the other islands of the TCI. Air freight managing services from Miami every weekday. Sea freight, sailings from Greater Miami, Florida every week. Brokerage and consolidation of your freight worldwide. CareSea cares and has been since 1983. Visit the office at Old Airport Road or call 946-4205 or online at caresea.com. CareSea, first in freight in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Today is the 1-year anniversary of the naming of what is on record as one of the most powerful storms in history. Hurricane Irma grew from a tropical wave rapidly and on August 30th became a tropical storm as the 9th named system for the 2017 Atlantic hurricane season. Irma's winds peaked, says some reports, to 180 miles per hour, far surpassing the 157 miles per hour needed to be classified as Category 5 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. It is estimated that over 24 countries were impacted by the ferocity of Hurricane Irma. Some 134 people were killed, and damages were recorded at nearly $65 billion. In the Turks and Caicos, 80% of buildings nationwide were damaged, including 80% of the structures on the most populated island of Providenciales. Cost of damage for the TCI was put at over $500 million. We take a look back now at the damage wrought and the indomitable spirit of islanders in this Silver Blue Promotions and Magnetic Media production.
Irma is a scary hurricane.
2 tornadoes that are confirmed to have touched down.
This other hurricane is right behind it.
They said it would be a killer, that it was more ferocious than our tiny chain of islands could bear. They called her historic, catastrophic, far beyond the strengths we were used to. And then there were 2. Irma, Maria. Powerful, deadly hurricanes of 2017. Both hit our islands, and the first did what no other storm had ever done to the Turks and Caicos: unprecedented damage to every island, every key. Through the night, we were left wondering if our beautiful by nature shores would survive the lashing. Hours in the dark. And then day broke. It was as bad as we thought. 80% of buildings were damaged, but islanders were stronger than the storm. The people survived. No deaths in Irma, and 1 lost in preparation for Maria. And our bond with countries near and far was proving itself to be unbreakable. Country leaders, corporate entities, civic organizations, church families, all united to rebuild together, better, stronger.
The Turks and Caicos story of how we were able to rebound
so quickly from such devastation is now a model for the world.
And it was more than cleaning up or reconstruction. It was
Our spirit.
It was our spirit. We were determined not to be
Out for the count.
It was our planning, it was our readiness to partner, and it was our earnest love for home that we beat the storms. We did it before, and we'll do it again, together. Turks and Caicos, be ready. Let's get prepared. August is notoriously seen as the beginning of the busy part of the Atlantic hurricane season, and so it is no wonder that historically storms begin to show themselves at this time of year. Right now, what's on deck? Grand Turk Back to School promotion announced by New Beginnings Kingdom Ministries International. It is the 9th year for the event, which is this year being held this coming Saturday. The 9th annual Back to School giveaway will be held at the House of Bethel, and it starts at 3 p.m. The Youth Affairs Department of the Turks and Caicos is preparing for a panel discussion on Friday, September 14th with the topic Saving Our Boys. It will be held in Provo at the Gus Lightburn Gym from 6 p.m. And among the issues to be discussed, youth violence and conflict resolution. Director Nixon Dickinson says it is all about finding solutions to stop the gun violence. The PDM administration wants to hear from residents of South Caicos on Friday evening at the public meeting scheduled for that island. It begins at 6:30 p.m. at the new community center. All are invited to attend. We can get you on deck too. Email Deandrea at magneticmediatv.com. From what's on deck to the sweetest thing.
Life back in the day was hard. Now I know when the adults are talking about how back in the day was very rough and struggle. I wouldn't want to have that experience back in the day, but I can say that back in the day had a little more life than this now, but then it's good. My most favorite thing is when grinding the corn, how bricks is made for us to eat, and that's one of my best experiences.
It is always fantastic when our young people can appreciate not only the value of our culture, but participate in sharing it. That is absolutely a sweetest thing, your inspiration in the mornings. This is the news that matters most, a Magnetic Media production on Mondays through Saturdays, online for anytime viewing. Have yourself